The why now actually is a really important question for me as an investor. And I think when I was on the other side of the fence as a founder, I didn't really think too much about the why now. I thought more in terms of where are the problems and then what are the solutions. But I think as far as like writing a trend goes, the why now does matter. It's not to say that there aren't problems that, could have been solved 5 years ago or whatnot that are still good opportunities. But I think when you try to see when these trends happen, it's because of something that has happened recently.
I think it's hard to overgeneralize on just the word hype. I think that, your job as an entrepreneur, my job as an investor is to formulate your own point of view and opinion, right? I mean, certainly like we could look at crypto today and be like, oh, of course it was, overhyped. All the NFT stuff was nuts, but there's still really talented people building in it. And I think, a lot of it comes down to the founder. And I think the thing that resonates with me is like, is this person an authentic builder? Or are they just chasing heat, And if someone has a authentic point of view that belongs to them, and they're going to be building in this category, whether it's, sunshine or atmospheric rivers, that's really compelling. That's the kind of person you want to go to war with. That's the kind of person, who has a point of view and has vision. And I think our job as investors is also to develop that point of view so that we're 80 or 90% prepared, when we meet the founder who comes in.
These cycles can be very long lasting. It's just like, it's not, 2 years of kind of, these kind of cycles, unfolding. It can be 10 and 20 years. And so I think that's one of the perspectives I have. I like using the early part when you feel like you're in the early part for like the learning and like the node discovery. So like I think about there are 5 to 10 customers, founders, that kind of like represent, I think what end up being kind of like the foundational pillars. And so use the early part to kind of, spend time with that community because their authenticity levels, their impact and influence levels are going to be high for whatever unfolds over the next kind of, 10 years, should it be like that enduring of a cycle. So like that's one. And it's also kind of, when you do your prospecting, so I thought about, this is when you write, kind of exploratory learning pilot checks. So one of the things I did in 2018 with our team at GC is we backed just a set of kind of crypto founders coming out of universities. That was just like, it was like as clear as day, 2018, really incredible young entrepreneurs were coming out of Berkeley and MIT and all these incredible campuses. And they were all thinking about, kind of blockchain as fundamental infrastructure. And that was the world that they were growing up in. But it was like exactly, I think, the right strategy to do at that time, because like that created such a kind of a fundamental sources of learning, sources of truth, and then also the authenticity, because when you see, some of the folks that were excited about this technology earlier on, you get the battle wounds and the scars and the learnings, and a lot of these entrepreneurs get better with time. And when it becomes their moment, then you have the long-standing relationship, and then it becomes really easy to then partner with founding teams in that moment.